Hello, world. Hello, internet. Hi, my name is DM Dan. We are the Explorers of Elsewhere. This is Explorers of Elsewhere Live, the Titan Isles. Hi, welcome. I am joined tonight on this balmy tropical evening all across the British Isles by, is that Monty?
Yeah, Monty.
Monty and Livy. Theo down there. Hello. And Nate
Hello.
over there.
Hello.
And Georgia over there.
Hello.
And Tim all the way down there.
Ahoy, me hearties.
Ahoy. Hello. Hi. Welcome. Yes, we are gathered here tonight to play some Daggerheart. Straight out of the brain holes of those beautiful boffins over at Darrington Press. We are on episode 10 of our campaign, the third of the Elsewhere campaigns. And tonight I am expecting lots of things to go wrong because we have officially made the jump over to the brand new Foundry-born system. No more are we going to suffer my jank, my Foundry gaffer taped together jank. No, we've got a brand new system. I mean, how old is it? It's like less than 24 hours old.
I was going to say it is brand spanking new.
It's
a baby.
As brand new as it comes. That said, everything that I'm seeing is great. It's just there's a very big question as to whether all of this carries on working throughout the night. But we'll get through it. We'll have a good time. Well, you'll have a good time. I'm probably going to be screaming internally.
Does the stress test for both you and the new...
Yes. Oh, and believe me, there will be stress. No, we're gonna.
I've only got 2 slots left.
We will be good. Okay, so just before we crack on, if you want to help alleviate my emotional turmoil that I may well be experiencing over the space of the night, if you haven't already, you should like the video, you should subscribe on YouTube, you should follow on Twitch, and then flock into our Discord. Links are in the descriptions, so you can bestow comforting words upon me within the halls of our Discord, which is free to join. And if you really want to apply that topical balm to soothe my mind, maybe consider becoming a member on YouTube or a patron on Patreon, and then we'll have some extra content for you. Perhaps some sultry application of topical balms. Okay. So, let's crack straight in because we left it on a little bit of a cliffhanger last time. I reckon we'll smash straight into the title sequence and then pick up where we left off. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
Hello, I'm Nate, and I'll be playing Griffin, a Sanguivar bard.
Hi, I'm Livy, and I'm playing Abe, the Guardian Keeper.
Hello, my name is Theo, and I'll be playing Cooper, a Dragon Scent rogue.
Hi, my name is Georgia, and I'll be playing Cassandra, an Asavar sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Tim, and I'm playing Guardy, Majani Druid.
And my name is DM Dan, the Games Master in this adventure. Some roads must be travelled, not because they are easy, but because they are necessary. To stand at the threshold of a task that seems impossible is to confront the quiet question within. If I know this is right, can I walk away? The mind will tally the risks, the body will feel the weight, and doubt will whisper that the effort is wasted. Yet somewhere beneath all of that, the shadow of failure is lit by the light of those of who we are and what we stand for. With Rais-Vilnjar liberated from the tyranny of Malgulva, one keeper stands in a village he thought lost to him for the rest of his days. But graver threats lie ahead. The fury of the Titans, enhanced by the magical malady that afflicts them, cannot be quenched. The impossible reshapes us. It tests not only our resolve, but our humility, reminding us that we cannot and should not face it alone. And so our heroes begin not because of the odds being in their favor, but because they cannot walk away. And so we find the 5 of you in a damp cave, the sounds of drips echoing off the dewy walls. The silence broken by the ragged breathing of the combat that has just occurred here, if we can call it that at all. On a raised island of sorts in the center of this cave, surrounded by a ring of fetid rainwater, stands Abe and Cassandra. Behind them, 2 prone keepers, defenders of Rais-Vilnjar, who have very recently thrown themselves to the ground. And towards the entrance of the cave, a Sanguivar bard, a dragon-sent rogue, and a druid in the form of a small aquatic crab octopus-like creature. And Abe and Cassandra, you stand over the freshly decapitated body of the crone Malgulva. But your attentions are not directed towards the body. They are instead directed towards the plinth in the center of this mound that stands just behind you, Cassandra. And upon this plinth is a flawless white marble orb with veins of light jade that run through it. But the jade is lost under the sudden and pervasive amethyst light that now coats this cave. And joining the ragged sounds of everyone's breathing, you hear the words echo out. Purple was always my color. What do... Well, those of you towards the entrance, you've just seen a very quick flurry of activity happen in very short order. You've seen... so Griffin, you've hurled a fireball towards the sort of like Molgulva and her guards. Guardy, you've just transformed into this beast. Cooper, you're sort of like, I assume, kind of wide-eyed because the plan of going in quiet has just fully gone out the window. As Abe and Cassandra have disappeared in a crack of lightning and rematerialized in the center of the cave to deliver a single decisive strike. What are you doing, Cooper? Now that this cave is suddenly, like, everything in your vision is has been filtered purple, and you can hear this voice kind of emanating in your head.
I think, hopefully, I'm not lagging too much.
No.
Hopefully, Cooper will look around. Are you guys hearing that? Is everything okay?
Oh dear! Of course they can.
Well,
hear.
good.
Hello. Who's that?
Hello. You can call me the Lady in Purple.
Dan, would, from sort of me travelling around elsewhere, would I have heard about the Lady in Purple? Would Griffin have heard about the Lady in Purple?
I'm going to ask for a knowledge check. And it will be a full-blown one with hope and fear. If only for us to test the Foundry-born system. The excitement has also gotten too much.
Oh my.
Knowledge roll. A full hope and fear.
And as an aside, just while Nate's having rummage around for that, everyone in chat, hello, welcome, hi. Let me know if volumes need to go up or down, if music is too loud or too soft, so on and so forth, and I'll tweak as we go.
Could I add an experience onto that? Could I add a what's your story, friend experience to that?
Yeah.
So then,
If you could do it in Foundry, yes.
if I can do it in Foundry, then yes. It looks like I can. So
Yes, you can.
You can.
I've spent a little hope to see if this will happen. Right, first roll. Let's go. Let's hope Foundry doesn't crash. It's a 22 with fear.
Okay.
Nice roll.
You have heard rumors, whispers, perhaps from the mouths of the Elysians who kind of who emerged onto the streets of Avermore approximately a year ago. And you've heard these kind of whispered tales of someone known as the Lady in Purple. But with a fear, and I will take a fear. I think it's took me up. Oh, hang on. Wait. That doesn't look right at all. Is that better? That's better. Yes. On a fear, tell me what false story you've heard about her. But you believe is true.
The full story that I heard is that she's actually dead.
Okay. In which case, yeah, you have a bit of a moment as this seemingly dead voice rings out in your mind. It's seemingly directly responding to you.
I think with that, then Griffin's going to be a little bit too scared to speak.
How about you, Guardy? you're able to, like, you hear this voice in your head just the same as the others.
I think I'm hoping that I've gone unnoticed, because this could be anything. I'm staying ready for a fight. I'm sitting under, being as harmlessly crabtopus-like as possible.
Sure. In which case, we'll turn to Abe and Cass up on the sort of like the center of the cave. How are you two feeling? How are you responding to this voice?
I mean,
You've
things kind of
heard-
went downhill pretty quickly just then. We were doing great. We'd murked an old woman. Team headshot.
We're on a
doing
roll. I think Abe's just kind of he's on a different planet right now. I think, like, he's just dealt with a large source of his trauma. Quite literally, just kind of decapitated that out of his life. And now there's a voice in his head, and it's all gone purple. I think he'll say out loud, "Go on, show yourself. Don't be hiding in those shadows."
Oh, my dear. But the shadows are where the excitement happens. I must say, I was very impressed by the shocking display of violence. It was quite impressive, to say the least. But when the chips are down, it is clear that Malgorva didn't stand a chance against such ferocious intent.
I think Cass is going to put a hand on Abe's arm, sort of quite gently. Just go, "We don't have time for this."
What if we released something? Have we done something? Like we exploded that one guy. Just think this is what have we done this time? I just can't. I can't kill anyone, right?
Released? No. That would imply that I was contained. No, we are simply conversing, like creatures of sophistication. I'm merely wishing to congratulate you on a job well done. You did it. You saved your village. I bequeath it back to you.
I don't want it. But I don't want.
Well, this is the problem with heroics. Is that people will just give you all sorts of things whether you want it or not. Don't be sure not to become too intoxicated with the feeling, however. I hear that heroes are finding messy ends all over the place.
Abe just looking at Cass. Are you meant to be talking to it or not?
Are you like dead? Are you like a ghost?
Oh my dear, no. I've never felt more alive. I had a short little stint of time, mostly to myself, but now I'm living the best life a lady in purple can lead.
Well, we're very happy for you.
Thank you.
Are you something to do what's going on in this island? Otherwise, we've got places to be.
I can assure you that my intentions laid only with the people, the fair people of Rais-Vilnjar, and their willingness to not defy someone as insistent as Malgulva. But it's fortunate that my plans with young Malgulva have come to an end, because clearly she is no use to me in the state that she's now in anymore. So it would seem that our business with one another has come to an end.
Right.
Perhaps one day you may pass one another in a street, glance and catch eyes from different sides of a tavern. Maybe I will hear songs sung about you. But until that day, I'll be seeing you.
Right.
Bye.
And with that, oh no, I've lost my buttons. With that, the sounds of the odd echo sounds around you begin to kind of distort back to normality, and the cave returns to its normal colours as the purple fades away.
Right. Well, that was weird, wasn't it? So is she in Malgulva, or is she in the orb?
Cass, as you hear Abe ask this, your arcane sense has been kind of focused on this marble orb, this white marble orb, and it's been radiating this relatively powerful magic, this arcane magic. But as the purple hue fades and the voice tails off into whispers and echo, you feel that presence is also dispersing with it. So
she'll go over and she'll sort of lightly touch the orb.
okay.
Don't touch it!
As you place your fingers upon it, the surface of the orb, it's it's very smooth, but it feels almost like cold to the touch. And if there were an adjective for it, you would almost say it feels inert. It feels.
So does it feel like there's nothing in it anymore?
No. You feel you can't help but get there is nothing going on with this orb, but clear moments ago it was clearly being used as a conduit of sorts, but now it is lifeless.
I think Cass is going to consider a moment, and then she's sort of going to say under her breath, "They're going to hate me back home for this." And then she kind of, if she can she kind of push it onto the floor so that it smashes?
As you push it, as it teeters off the kind of the stone plinth that it's on, you kind of instinctively like bare your teeth, waiting for the sound of the crack, but it thuds to the ground and cracks the stonework underneath it. This marble is incredibly dense.
Cass is going to turn back to Abe.
Boy. Can I pick it up and smash it on the floor, please, Dan? With the strength of a mighty man.
Big man.
Roll.
Can I throw it off of the platform onto the floor?
So bear in mind you're surrounded by water if you throw it off.
Is there no little islands? I'm sure you said there were little islands.
There
are some not.
Yeah, so effectively the water kind of rings around you, but yeah, there is There are sort of islands around the corner. I mean, if you're looking to fundamentally dash it against the floor with some oomph, just so we can test it again, if you give me a strength check, full-blown strength check.
Yes, sirree. Wait. Wait. 8. Did it go? 17 with hope.
17 with hope. Okay, so you gain your hope. And as you launch this thing like a shot put, and it makes a horrendous racket as it slams into a far wall. It kind of bounces down, ricochets off a couple of stalagmites jutting up from the ground. You feel like you've hit as many of the surfaces as you'd aim for as you possibly kind of could. On a 17, which of the other three of you is closest to the orb when it comes to a standstill?
God, he just scattering out the way.
Yeah, we're all relatively.
I guess if I'm underwater, then I'm probably pretty near where it'll splash to.
Just bunks down past him. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
In which case, 17 with Hope, Guardy, as you kind of scuttle up to this orb and you're able to sort of like inspect it. And curiously, like it makes noise as if it's incredibly heavy, but it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel as heavy as it should. But you notice that there's like a small dent in it. But otherwise, it is still robustly intact and relatively unblemished. And one of the defenders, one of the guards on the platform with you, Abelvik, what are you doing? There's a reason we use this for our weapons. Kind of branded, chastises you.
Well, it was just like, did you hear that voice in your head?
Yes, we assume it's the voice of the mountain, but she never said she was purple before.
Goodness sake. Well, I don't think there's no voice in no mountain. It's obviously some thing manipulating all of you through Malgulver.
Are you suggesting that we've been fooled?
Well, yeah. You remember when I left those years ago and I said, you've all been had, you've all been fooled, and you're a bunch of idiots. Remember that?
We didn't believe you. We didn't believe you.
Well, here I am.
This is troubling. We need to speak to the chieftain.
Oh yeah, she knows. She knows.
And the two guards kind of look up to you and and sort of like they stand up and kind of awkwardly look at Malgulver's corpse, and they're like, well, and then they kind of feed past you and go to start tending to Malgulver's body.
Well, you can't put it back on again. What are you doing?
So, Guardy, Griffin, Cooper, you're still kind of near the entrance to the cave. Is there anything? Like, are you coming into the cave, or are you primarily waiting for Abe and Cass?
Would we be able to see what's happened? Or is it too
That's
far
my
away?
question.
Yeah, no. You get like the platform that they're on is only sort of like a few feet above the water level.
Right, so we would have seen the decapitation.
Oh yes, yes.
From a distance, like really far away.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'll
definitely would.
I'll go man mode to get a better view out of the water.
Okay. I think I've broken it.
Guardy just went wee.
Oh no!
No, he's there. It's okay.
He did.
back.
We're back. We're back. Okay, so yeah. So is it like are you approaching to join Abe and Cass, or are you waiting for the two of them to begin heading out?
Well, I don't think there's much more.
Are you guys good over there? Are you leaving?
Is there an easy way to get off the island, or are we just?
Yeah. So it's only a couple of feet
Swimming
above the surface of the water, so you can just kind of drop down in, and you'll have to wade. It's like it's about knee deep around the edge of the pool, and then
Whose
the
knees?
edge of the
My knees.
Cass's knees,
Okay.
yeah. And then the water gets shallower as you get closer to the exit. But yeah, it's certainly wadable.
Careful of the abyss.
Just go, "Ah, ah."
You just jump down and you're never seen again.
Yeah, no, I think sort of Abe's just gonna kind of wipe off his axe. It's still got a bit of Malgova goo on it. He just kind of looks down at what he's done and just. Right,
Do you feel any better?
Well, it's a bit of an anticlimax, really, wasn't it? I thought it's gonna be, but no love lost. We're not mad about it.
I mean, even our guards don't really seem to be that bothered, so.
No, I don't think anyone
Completely
really likes
fine.
her. I don't really know how it went on for so
I'm
long,
getting that
to be
impression.
honest.
Yes.
But yeah, I think maybe explain what's happened to the village, and then we'll see where we go from there. But this purple lady, is she purple or she likes purple?
I don't know very much about her. I've heard people talk about her. People were saying that she was dead, but they said all sorts of things about her. So do you lot know about the floating city? Anything about? No? They're like the one that just bam, like in middle of the ocean, just poof. No,
Floating city, like was it like a massive ship?
No, like actual city, like big city, just went bam, just appeared out of nowhere about a year ago.
We'll let between the other four of you, we'll let you well, apart from Abe, the other three of you, if you have visited the town of New Prosper within the last year, then yes, the talk of the town is the literal floating city on a floating chunk of rock, about a quarter of a mile out to sea, just floating above the water.
I mean, there was some like really crazy rumors that came out from there, like really crazy. They talked about her, and they talked about like ghosts and spirits, and like some of them like claimed they saw like gods, like they saw a Khan. Like it was crazy stuff, absolutely crazy stuff. And I didn't like being locked away in in the void for like 2 years. That's gonna make some people go a bit cuckoo bananas, but didn't really believe that she was real. But apparently she is.
Somebody told you this, or you?
Yeah, I heard it from a couple of them. I've heard it from a couple of people from the city. But as I said, I didn't really believe it because.
Well, how did she get here if she was there?
I don't know. People spoke all sorts of weird gobbledygook about her, like
Do you know
saying
what
that she was.
Do you know what she might want with Abe's people? Sounded like she was the one pulling the strings here.
No, that's as far as I know about it.
Abe, as Gardy kind of asks this question, I dread to think what it looks like, because in beast form, druids can speak. So this weird crab octopus type thing is just...
I'm man mode now.
You're man mode. Of course you are. Of course you are.
You went man.
In his
You went
soul,
man.
he's still up for crab.
A
In which
brief
case,
illustration for
Lovely.
Amazing. Make a chat in the Discord later. Okay, so in which case, yeah, as Gardy asks this question, Abe, you glance your eye to the two kind of defenders, the Rais defenders that are sort of like. One of them's basically taken off like the cloak and has just draped it over. One of them's put Malgulva's head roughly near where the stump of her neck is, and then put the cloak over her. But yeah, you notice that they've kind of placed on the ground these weapons with, tipped with this white marble. They're wearing those kind of roughly hewn breastplates and bits of armor of this marble. And since you left, the marble is what's new. Like, Malgulva had always been a bit ranty and ravey, sure, but the marble is what's new. You also think back to your daughter. She was almost like tracing her fingers across the marble surface, like she was almost entranced by it. But you can't help but feel that the marble is
the bad juju.
Yeah. What was Gardy's question again? Sorry, I went on a tangent.
Gardy was saying why.
Oh yeah. What does she want with these people? These folk.
Okay. So yes, the marble is what's new. And Abe, as you were entering into Rais-Vilnjar, like over that bridge in the southwestern corner of the village, you also saw that there were a number of like small. Well, they're not rowboats. They could fit about 3 or 4, I suppose, 3 or 4 keepers in it. But you've noticed that there seems to be more mining equipment. So you can't help but wonder if the keepers have been strip mining, have been going to the mountain and mining it.
Yeah, I think Abe's probably mulling all of this over in his head, like looking at this not really smashed in ball. And I think he's just desperate to get back to his daughter and kind of see what's going on. So, yeah, I think he'll relay as he goes. He's like, come on, we gotta go. There's something fishy going on with all of this. Went back when I started being here. When I left, all this funny business started, and it's just gone downhill, even more so than what made me leave.
Okay, in which case, we rejoin the 5 of you in the kind of the center of Rais-Vilnjar. You can see that outside the Great Hall, everyone's hope and fear flying around the place. What happened?
I don't know. We moved and we all got hope.
Nice.
I love it.
Okay, that's odd. We'll figure that out in a sec.
I did just reduce my hope. Is that not messing around with anyone? Let me just does everyone see this?
Yeah.
Okay, that's me just trying to reduce my own hope. It looks like it has effects on everyone. Oh well, everyone has to copy mine now.
Okay, well, we know. We'll figure it out.
Sorry, I'll stop playing around with it.
Just seeing if it's updating. Looks
I don't think it is. Yeah, no, it's not updating.
No. Right. So, as you arrive at the center of town, like the center of the village, outside the Great Hall, you see Brynja, your daughter Brynja. The first thing you see are a number of sort of like prone, groaning Rais-Vilnjar defenders. You can see that their white robes are scorched ever so slightly, and sort of like at the center of them, near the front doors, or large front doors to the Great Hall, you can see Brynja sort of like well, in a defensive pose, her warhammer in one hand, Kalaru, her large kind of green beast, kind of standing in a low profile, ears down, snarling, and with these sort of like arcing scorch marks around across the ground in front of her, you can see like Coraline, with her fists clenched, her metal gauntlets like flickering with this bright blue flame, and it seems like quite some battle has gone on here, but Coraline and Brynja have been victorious.
Good. Glad we left them with the easy task. We did the hard one.
Yes. So, as you as Brynja spies you and sort of like waves you over, you see like one of the defenders go to get up potentially for a round two, and before she has the chance to, Coraline is on top of the defender and places a boot firmly on the defender's like sternum, and she just slowly shakes her head.
Well, I'm looking for a new wife.
She's all of our wife now.
She's all of our wives now.
So, Brynja looks up to you and, Father, you're back. How did it go?
Well, Algo was dead.
Oh.
It was a bloody battle, but needs must.
That's technically true.
Your father fought very hard.
That's not technically true.
In which case, Brynja looks a bit curious. She's still kind of shocked that you've just so kind of matter of factly been like, "Yeah, she's dead." First she died, now she's dead. But as she kind of looks to the rest of you, let's check on the map just so we can see what we're seeing. So yeah, is there what is it that are you relaying any particular bits of information to Brynja or Coraline? You retire to the Great Hall, and you can see that a number of the sort of like the villagers of Rais-Vilnjar have surged forward to effectively support Brynja. It's clear that she commands the love of the townsfolk. So whatever she does,
baby.
whatever she does.
Do we want to ask her about the Lady in Purple and whether or not there is a connection to when the world spirits started to go weird?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be what marble do, why marble do,
why marble purple,
who marble do,
when marble do,
marble do.
So hang on. All of it. So what is the first question? Well, are we doing a insert marble do? Okay. So when you're sat around, you're sat at the large kind of dinner feasting table that's arrayed kind of lengthways in front of Brynja's throne, if you will, in the grand hall, and there's the conversation is quite enclosed between you, as what seems to be the vast majority of the inhabitants of Rais-Vilnjar who are fundamentally celebrating officially it's not a change of leadership, but that's certainly what it seems like they're celebrating. Malgulva's puppeteering being perhaps Rais-Vilnjar's least best kept secret. And the conversation is intermittently interrupted by people coming up to your daughter Brynja, and sort of like congratulating her and kind of wishing her well before kind of going off. And there's just platters of freshly caught fish, freshly hunted game. The local brewer has come down with keeper-sized casks of ale, and Abe, you can't help but feel your mouth water slightly at the thought of the. Give me a flavour profile. What that sets this ale off, that makes it distinct. Which of the bits of your taste buds does it tickle the most?
I think it's probably quite. Yeah, no, it's probably quite bitter. Tastes a bit like fir trees and pine cones.
Okay.
But in beer form, like a very sort of bitter sort of, but deliciously bitter.
Okay.
That's like Abe himself.
Yes, exactly. Deliciously bitter.
Deliciously
Abe.
bitter.
Deliciously bitter.
Not
anymore. He's killed her. He ain't bitter no more.
So
he's a fruity little sour now. Anyway, sorry.
So Brynja, effectively, Brynja starts from begins filling in what's been happening over the last 18 months. Over the space of like food and drink, she tells you that after Malgulva successfully exiled you from the village via Brynja, and you note that Brynja looks very, almost kind of abashedly sheepish about it. I'm sorry, Father. I did not want to, but I did not have a choice. She goes on to tell you that more of the villagers either began to also believe in the emergence of the voice of the mountain, or simply no longer thought it worthwhile to push back against it, to carry on supporting Burunan and Pfizer as the primary kind of icons of worship. Let's put on a little. Let's put on some of this. There we go. Worship with Burunan and Pfizer was kind of made illegal, and all worship had to be towards the voice of the mountain. And some of the villagers found that going against Malgulva could result in unusual disappearances, hunting trips going wrong, and about 6 months, about a year ago, Malgulva started sending parties of our villagers to the mountain on the southeastern isle. And we were tasked with mining the mountain itself. She said that to bring it back here would be to bask in its divinity. And so we began to mine this white marble. She instructed us to fashion our weapons and armor and to fortify our structures with it. And as you can see, Brynja gestures around, The Great Hall is one of the last places, is one of the only places in the village that has not been touched by the emergence of this marble. But the more of it we mined, the more people seemed to follow in Malgulva's footsteps. They seem more amenable to her to her peculiar insistences. But as a material, it made our hunting weapons keener. It made our defenses stronger. It was a boon to the village. But perhaps we were too blind to see what the cost was.
Question?
Yes.
Hi. Thanks for all this. The food's great. Question. Does the marble seem any different now Malgulva's gone?
Brynja looks at you a tad confused, perhaps surprised by the nature of the question, and she opens her mouth as if she's about to immediately say, well, of course it doesn't feel different, and then she stops before the words kind of come out of her mouth, and then she kind of glances down to the warhammer that's kind of leaning against the arm of her chair, of her throne, and it's strange. It feels different. Yes. It's as if there is a craving that is no longer there.
Okay. Cool. Cooper's just putting pieces together from Lady in Purple leaving, and then the marble seeming to be absent, maybe. So he tries to explain that in the way that he understands. Of we heard a voice, she disappeared. It was to do with the marble, but the marble.
The marble seems less evil somehow.
Yeah.
So you believe that this Lady in Purple was the voice of the mountain?
Makes sense.
Did anyone else hear the voice, or is it just Malgulva?
Yeah, Malgulva fashioned herself as somewhat of a prophet or an oracle of this voice. But
classic.
There were some who perhaps voiced opinions that perhaps Malgulva was hearing nothing. But if you yourselves have heard a voice, then maybe there was a reason for her madness.
Well, you wouldn't say it was just, I wouldn't say that she was completely without fault. I think there's a reason that this Lady in Purple chose Malgulva, spread more wickedness in what was already wicked.
It did seem as if Malgulva was seemingly blessed with a permission to be more Malgulva. It's almost as if she had been told something and then used that as an excuse to perpetuate all sorts of terrible things.
I have a question.
Yes.
This blight that's happened to the wild spirits, did that happen at the same time as everything here, or is it disconnected?
You'll have to remind me, is this the first time that you've brought up this subject with
I think it is. It's the first time we've been allowed to have a conversation
with her about it.
Yes.
I think I mentioned it when we were trying to convince her to help us out before.
You said yes. You said that.
Then Malgulva turned up and told us to go away.
And we were like, well, we're going to go behead that old woman.
Yeah.
And then we'll be right back.
Gonna knock her bloody block off. Yeah, Brynja like she looks to you, Cass, and she's like with a look of genuine concern, and she then glances over back to you, Gardy. You mentioned that there was this affliction that plagued the Titans, but I cannot say that I know exactly what it is you speak of. The Titans have been slumbering dormant, yes, until recently, perhaps. Well, I suppose it was until roughly when the storms began.
And where was that related to when you stopped worshipping them?
We had forsaken the Titans for nearly 18 months at that point. And our worship of Burunan and Pfizer was usually personal, intimate. If the most public, we would go to the Standing Stones and embrace the teachings of honor the Titan, the world spirits, along with the spirits of our past. And ever since the eschaton, ever since we arrived here, the Titans have been have been content with just listening from wherever they were slumbering. But when that storm came and began ravaging the islands, that's when we noticed that the Titans had awoken. But we had not seen them. Well, we have not seen them since. It seems that the five of you were the only ones to have seen them. We heard them.
So
by the spirits, we heard them.
Can I just check when these storms started?
About 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. And Cass and Gardy, as you think to like the job posting that you have answered to be here,
I was going to say that's
you
when
realise that's roughly when.
Mm-hmm. Well, did Melgulver have anything to say about them waking up?
She, if anything, it only exasperated her insistence that we mine more of the mountain. She told us that the marble would protect us. Hello, blimey! Hello, Captain Cosmo and Foundry Born, creators of Foundry Born. Welcome. Hi. Hello. Distracted. ADHD brain. What was the question? Yeah, she insisted that we needed more of the marble to protect ourselves. That it was proof that the world spirits were crazed and sought nothing but our destruction. She spun the story to implore that what she said was right.
Piece of work. Right.
Whatever this lady in purple spoke of, whatever her plans were, it sounds like it has been something that has been happening in secret for a year and a half at least. Ever since you were, well, perhaps even since maybe this lady in purple is the reason that you were actually banished, Father.
Well, maybe I just didn't like what Melgulver was saying and doing to the place, you know. And if I spoke up against it, well, that's...
Brynja turns back to you, Cass and Gardy. But this affliction that you speak of for the world spirits, this is troubling indeed. The sounds of their screams the night just gone, they sound in pain. They sound like a beast with poison coursing through its veins, thrashing out in a futile attempt to save themselves.
Yes.
This is not the world spirits that we know.
No, and it's not the wild spirits we need. We need to go to them. We need to fix whatever this is. And we need to stop someone from eating them, apparently.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh yeah, I don't know if we caught you up on that.
Just looks her dead in the eye. It's like, you heard me?
When you say eat them,
yeah, my mum. I'm just imagining Abe and Cooper miming. No.
Who could possibly have such a fantastical idea that they could eat a world spirit?
That'll be your boy Exo.
I think he's already done
This
it.
is your one, Abe.
Yeah, well, you remember Exo.
Well, yes, Dotty's boy. He left years ago, before the war.
Yeah, well, we bumped into him, see, over at Dollar Charles, and he's got a bit weird. And long story short, I tried to kill him. He tried to kill us first. And when I did that, he kind of exploded. And he's taken out off of Dollar Charles with him. And then he kind of came back together again. And he made it. And then he was like, I'm going to become a guard. So I'm going to go find the guards and eat them. You know, I'm paraphrasing slightly, but that's kind of the general gist. Slightly.
Yeah, I'm sure that me and your dad definitely copped it for about a minute or two there. It was not.
Oh
fun.
yeah, and I died, but then I came back.
Also, the portal got destroyed, so all of the trades and everyone. There's no way of getting back to anywhere.
So if we don't fix it soon, then everyone on Dollar Charles is gonna die because they ain't got no exports.
Also that, yes.
And Exo's gonna turn and eat another god and then turn into a river, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
The poor Brynja must be just like.
It's
like 100-yard stare, like
washing over her.
Just dumping 9 episodes of plot on her.
With the picture you've popped up, Dan, I'm imagining it is exactly that, like a completely impassive, like, cool.
When they said my dad was a crazy person and left the island.
Maybe he was. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe he was.
A crazy thing.
Hashtag Mulgulva did nothing wrong. Okay.
So yeah, well, yeah. I mean, a lot's happened in a very short space of time, and I understand that's a lot to take in, but.
So we will very quickly kind of go through all of these plot points in turn. Some of these plot points in turn. If Exo is on such a violent crusade, then perhaps he has come back here knowing that the Titan Isles is home to 2 world spirits. You know as much as I, Father. We have no idea where we were is now. We don't even know if it is there at all. We used to be on top of a mountain, and now we are in the sea. His Exo's drive is clear. He has forged his way across a new world in search of us, knowing he has a prize here. And I fear that in the state that they are in, if these world spirits are afflicted by this corruption that you speak of, they will... He stands a much better chance of overcoming them than if they were healthy. You speak of this power that he wields. For him to create such a devastating explosion and then repiece himself together. You say he mocked you, saying that, insinuating that Pfizer or Burunam would not be the first world spirits that he has consumed. The chances of our titans surviving grows slimmer by the moment.
Well, yeah, we gotta get there quick.
I do not mean to insult the five of you, but I do not feel that you can stand against a titan, weakened as they are. But perhaps that is not the true point of why you are here. Perhaps you need to draw the venom from the titans themselves so they may stand and defend themselves.
Oh, I didn't really think about it like that. I thought we were just gonna go get. Is that something we can do? Dotty? Cass?
I wouldn't know how to do it from a person, let alone a god.
Well, kind of like if you get bitten by a snake, you just kind of out the poison.
That's actually pretty dangerous. Wouldn't recommend it.
I'm not a magic guy, but is there a way to use magic to draw the venom out?
Could we heal it somehow?
Dan, do I have any thoughts on anything that I might know?
Dan, tell me my thoughts.
Dan, my thoughts. Help me with them. Is there any reason that Gardy would know anything? Would have any inkling that this might be successful?
Would Cass recall the sprite that she was considering several episodes ago when we first made contact?
Yes.
That's the one person we know who maybe possibly healed themselves from crystal infection.
So,
Would Professor Abe know anything?
Would Professor Abe?
Shall we get yes.
So, yeah, Cass, as we kind of mused on a couple of sessions ago, you are reminded of this. Well, I'll let you decide whether you consider this individual to be a whackpot or not. But you heard her basically trying to tell people, "Oh, I used to have my hand used to be crystallized, but then I got better." And it was quite easy, actually. It's just alchemy, isn't it? It's just potions. It's just. And she was rather kind of blasé about it. You didn't hear the whole conversation because there was an explosion in her workshop that kind of then scurried her away. Like there was a small goblin girl with this like incredibly long hair, just kind of absolutely soot stained, staggering out of the smoke, like coughing bubbles. And yeah, that was kind of the last you saw of this Terran sprite. But unlike some of the mages of Avonmore and the academics and the academians, this would Cass remember her name? Do you reckon that would be a bit of information Cass would have found?
I think Cass would probably have heard what she said put it in like a little box marked, I will argue about this later.
Sure.
And then gotten on with observing Gadi.
Okay.
Seeing if we can talk to a wild spirit.
In which case, yeah, that was like you didn't hear much else about this this Terran hear much from this Terran Sprite, I should say. But you do kind of get the feeling that whilst there was this certain sort of like bombastic confidence about her, she didn't strike you as like a charlatan. It was more of a confidence of, oh yeah, that's a problem that I've kind of solved, so it's almost kind of beneath me now. Like, oh, that's old research. I'm on to bigger and better things now. Hello, Monty. But yeah, unlike the mages who say that once arcane crystallization begins, there's no remedy, this Terran Sprite says, well, there is, and I did it. So there's an argument that it can be done, whether or not you believe the Sprite or not.
I think Cass is going to have to swallow her pride, which takes quite a lot. Is there a way that we can contact Abermore?
Between the five of you, have any of you got any communication devices?
I mean,
Have we got
technically, I do have a sending stone that I was given by Gifran, which I don't know if we're able to rework as a potential beacon as a one-off. If someone here has the magical know-how to do that. I know it's like a receiver for messages, so...
Kigfran did specify that you...
It's just for him.
That it was for incoming calls. However,
okay,
you do wonder if with some magical jiggery pokery,
it'd be useful. Yeah. I relay. I show it. Like, I don't really know how these work because But if anyone else knows how to jivvy this up to do something we need it to do, then.
Any thoughts, Caroline?
Oh yeah, we've got NPCs in the room, haven't we?
We have the mayor of the town who previously was in charge of the portal that we broke.
Big wizard lady.
Yeah.
There's a wizard lady right here.
Well, she's a battle mage lady, but she'll have magical powers that we do not have. Hopefully.
Coraline. Yeah, I mean, realistically, Coraline is a punchy mage rather than a thinky mage. I mean, if it weren't for Miss Exo, then... And you can, like, Coraline is clearly smarting at the thought of the loss of her town. Perhaps there is something in Dorlashar, but I can only imagine that we'll be digging through the rubble of that attack for weeks, if not months. She turns to Griffin and Cassandra. You two are versed in the arts, and I mean, you certainly both look intelligent, she says, and she sort of slightly pulls her face as she looks at you, Griffin.
Hey.
But perhaps if you have this sending stone, then it might be able to be jerry-rigged in such a way that you could fundamentally reverse its polarity. You know, much like the runes on the portal. They determines both, the direction of travel. Perhaps you can alter the flow of the aethermatics within inside it to send a call.
Griffin, you told me earlier that you have arcane magic.
Yeah.
Can you do something with this?
I think Griffin's feeling a little bit sort of sheepish after the display of, again, another spell not working out.
Yeah, we're not asking you to set fire to it. Just you like speaking. We want to speak to someone. We're using your skills here.
Oh, we're feeling such praise from Abe. Griffin's gonna go.
That you get 3 hope. I get 3 hope.
Baby.
Lovely jubbly.
This is an opportunity to click on Soldier's Bond, and we can see what happens. What does it do when we click it?
I've already maxed out my hope. I don't even need it.
Thank you.
Going off.
What does happen when we click on? Okay, we're going to click Soldier's Bond. Interesting. That's a healing roll. Is that normal? Is that what we want? 3 hope. Okay, I suppose that works.
Target and then
Yeah.
target someone.
Yeah. So let's target Griffin, and then we can apply 3 hope to him. Boop. There we go.
Thanks.
Griffin goes up to 5 hope.
Griffin will take the sending stone from Cooper. He'll sort of place it in front of him. He's going to dig into his backpack and he's going to pull out sort of like a tiny notebook that he's got. And he's going to sort of ruffle through it and just sort of look at scribbles that he's made in there. He's then going to sort of find something, pop it back into his backpack, and then just hold on to it with both hands and just close his eyes and really think. And I guess if it's a spell casting roll, it will be a presence. I'll probably use knowledge of arcane magic on top of that as well.
Okay. And is Cass like to tag team?
Yes. I can try and help with intimidation and knowledge.
Intimidate me.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
Just breathe down his neck the entire time.
Who knows how God he feels all the time.
Thank you. I will take. I'll also roll my bardic rally dice as well.
Yes.
Right. If I fudge this, I'm going to be so angry because I've done so much on it.
So mad.
So mad. Okay, let's go.
So just to confirm, we're tag teaming. We're doing a rally die.
Oh, that's big numbers.
Big numbers.
That's a big
Yeah.
number.
Big numbers,
Big
but we're
numbers.
fair. Yeah, so he's gonna hold on to this, and he's just gonna sort of
Just before we go on, because if we're tag teaming, Cass, if you roll whatever check you'd like to roll, because then we can compare.
I didn't do it as a tag team. I did it as an inspiration.
As an 8.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair. 27 and 5th. Sorry, go on.
So yeah, he's gonna hold it in between his hands, and he's just gonna sort of close his eyes and try and concentrate, and he's just gonna be muttering under his breath, and it almost sounds like he's having a conversation with himself. And you'll see just sort of underneath his hands, like just this red glow that sort of appears, and then when he thinks he's done, he's just going to open it, and the sending stone will just have sort of like a light sort of red glow to it, and he's going to pass it to Cass and go, I think that worked, give it a go.
Thanks.
You've just got to think of who you want to send it to.
Annoying sprite.
Are you thinking who is your intended core target, if you will?
He was going to go directly to the sprite whose name it was a sprite, wasn't it? Was it a sprite? Yeah, the sprite whose name she doesn't know. Does it work if you just picture a person in your head?
I think if you picture, let's say it does. Griffin's. I mean, on 27, that was a pretty rock and roll. So let's say it does work. You can picture a head. Are you ready, Tim?
Tim, you're on line one.
Oh my god, I didn't know. All right, hang on. I've got it.
You're not anticipating.
Perhaps this is for the best. I will. Okay, so the call fundamentally connects. The sending stone connects to something, and in a workshop in Avermore, like you can. Cass, you can hear this sort of like bustling sound, and it's clearly the sounds of the capital. But it sounds a little bit far away, like you're inside a building somewhere in Avermore. And like, what? As you connect, is there anything you immediately say?
Hello.
You hear a little off in the distance. Galina, what did you do to Tavarian? And from somewhere else in the room, clearly in response to this rather slow voice, what is Galina's response?
Nothing that should do this.
I was playing with her voice box, but I don't think I did this. That's not Tavarian's voice. Are we in trouble?
Listen, we don't have enough time for this. Can you hear me or not?
Who is this?
Who's this?
Only Galina bloody Orpiment, the best alchemist this side of the land.
I think we've got
what do you want?
I'm here too.
That's technically true. What?
For reference, in a workshop in Avermore, there is currently this 8-ish foot tall, hulking suit of armor that looks a bit like a deep sea diving suit. With in lieu of a face, there's like a large porthole that normally glows with this shifting light blue kind of fog that emanates an ever so slight glow from within. And currently this suit is kind of wired up. There's a number of pipes emerging from its back plate, from its breastplate, to various kind of arcane contraptions littered around this workshop. And like peering up at this huge armored figure is a dark grey-brown skinned Terran sprite with a. Are we still rocking the mohawk?
I mean, it's made of rock, so it's hard to change.
Sure, absolutely. So, small Terran sprite woman rocking a short mohawk stood next to this kind of wide-faced goblin girl wearing bright yellow dungarees. There's a tail awkwardly sort of like shifting backwards and forwards behind her as she kind of peers up, and Atta, the goblin, turns to Galina and, "Are you sure we're not in trouble?"
Nope.
Okay.
And if this is your fault, there's an even higher chance. So, Tavarian, are you still in there?
Cass, you get the impression that Tavarian is whatever you're speaking through.
Look, that doesn't matter right now. What matters is
I've got
that we
perfect
have the
music
right
for this.
person. Listen, a while ago, you told me in passing that you had cured yourself of crystallization. Is that true? Were you lying?
Why'd I lie? My lies are
What
much
was
more
fun of
fun
it?
than that.
So you did it.
Of course I did.
How?
Have you not seen my papers?
No.
Good. Keep them in a vault. Right, why are you interrupting?
Sorry, I was turning on the music. What did I miss?
Can I ask? Can we also hear this conversation?
Yeah,
Or is it
are we
just
on a
cast?
conference
'Cause
call?
Are we on
imagine
speaker?
I
I'm
reckon
holding it, and
we're full blown conference call. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Because
Zoom call.
Cooper is like trying not to stagger because this is very funny to him.
Cass
It's
keeps
like
him
Abe's like an old person. He's just like picking it up. Hello, hello. Hello.
Oh, I think there's lots of people in Tavarien, Galena. Oh, I think. Oh,
Oh, this is going to take me all week to work out.
Do you want me? Griffin's going to take it. Go, hello, hello.
oh, there's another voice, Galena.
What is it?
So my name's Griffin. We got to make this. I don't know how long this sending stone's going to last for. We're on the island. We're near Dorlashal, like the big island. Do you know about it?
Atta, Dolashal?
Yeah, that's the beachy place that's been connected to the portals a little. It's a bit too sunny for me, really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's two world spirits on here, and they've got big crystals coming out of them. We think that they've been infected with whatever you had, and we need your help.
Wild spirits, you say?
Yeah.
Crystal
Like really
infection
big
of wild
ones.
Spirits. Right, hold on. I'm putting you on hold.
No. Wait, no. How much longer we've got with this?
It's like probably about 5 minutes where you can hear like awkward shuffling around in the background. He's like, right, are you still in, my friend?
Yes.
We're still
Good.
here.
Got my notes. What are the symptoms?
Big and angry.
They've got growths on them. They look like crystals.
Like
Okay,
red
colour?
crystals. Big red crystals.
Red. Okay.
I'm going to suggest. I mean, this is Galena, right? Gardy, or Tim, really.
Indeed.
Go ahead and make me a knowledge roll on Gardy, but add +5 because Galena's clearly at least +3 knowledge. And she would 100% have this as an experience if she were a Daggerheart character.
Oh, for sure.
And I will then also give you an advantage on the roll because you can hear this slow-talking goblin, Atta, you understand her name to be. She's sort of like shuffling around and, I've got some more notes here. And then there's like a crash and a bang off in the corner. And, sorry.
Atta! Come on, sanguine strain.
So yes, basically a situational bonus of +5 plus the D6 advantage.
Got an 18 with hope.
18 with hope. So that's all in total. Okay. So I'll ask this. This is a callback to campaign 1. Tim, do you have an idea as to how Galena reversed her crystallization? Because obviously we kind of glossed over it at the time.
Yeah, so obviously she already has a long research history with the movement of flesh to arcane, but not so much vice versa. But she was eventually able to figure out a way to like reverse engineer that process. Let's think. What would be a good way to cure it?
I mean, I'm off the top of my head, I'm imagining the best way to purge an infection is to like clean it out for all intents and purposes. So if you've perhaps how might Galena have flushed the arcane from her system, if you will?
I mean, I'd imagine you've probably got to like dig out the. Let me think if I could put this into Galenish. Okay.
Galenese.
Yeah.
Galenese, yeah.
Right. There are going to be these spikes called core crystals. You need to find the core crystals. They're the source that the rest of the infection will be spreading from. Those need to be physically removed. After that, you can need some pretty potent magic.
Such as how potent?
Okay. Do you have any access to Drake flowers?
Griffin's gonna look at Gardy.
Dan, do we have any? Have I seen anything that is a Drake flower upon the island? Asgardy?
Not as Gardy, I don't feel, no. However,
Would I know?
would Abe know? I'm gonna say yes. Abe, you do know that Drake flowers grow on the island, sometimes known as dragon's tears, god's tears, but yeah, they tend to grow in sites of like let's say more abundant magic. Usually, for example, around the sites that the world spirits, the titans, slumber in.
I think Abe just takes the rock and speaks really loudly into it. Thinks that's what he has to do. Oh, you seen them? Yeah, we got those up on the mountain. Dragon's tears.
Right. Yeah, that should do. I'm going to send through. I have your position now. I'm going to send through a list of what you'll need. You should be able to do it. Some basic tools.
We've got a fax machine somewhere.
Magical fax machine just comes through the sentence though.
No, I'm just going to write it down, get at it to read it off, and it's going to take ages.
Oh, God.
Right, so dig out the crystals, apply the ointment. Try not to die in the results. It gets a little bit hot. And
Cool it down.
ashy.
How do we know if one of the titans are actually made of fire?
Now that's fascinating, isn't it? How do you know? Let me know what you find out.
So dig, apply, don't die. That sounds like a really good progress.
Well,
than
I mean,
not knowing anything at all.
If you die, it'll still probably work.
Sure. Okay.
So that's not really germane to the process.
Yeah.
For sure. It's going well.
Okay. Okay, so just for us to, because I've got to make notes on this, I imagine this is going to affect future battles. So the plan is we've got to dig out the corruption.
We scoop it out.
Apply like a topical ointment of Drake's
ointment. Yeah.
And then not die.
And then it gets a bit spicy, so you gotta get out of there.
Okay. Very good.
You just hear me like a little bit distant, like, what? What do you mean there's no more portal to Daggerheart?
Oh yeah, we blew it up.
Well, no, we didn't blow it up. Someone else did.
Well, we kind of did. Like,
well, you'd better fix it because I want to come and see what happens.
You hear the Atta kind of pipe up. Don't worry about being, stranded or anything. It's really not that bad.
What's your name?
My name's Atta. Hi.
Hi. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going good.
Atta, don't talk to the weird strangers.
I've already introduced myself. I'm Griffin. There we go. We're not strangers anymore.
Oh, but talking to strangers is what I'm best at.
Right. Okay, Atta, hold on. I'll get you the list.
A quick question while we've got you on the line. Do you two know anything about a lady in purple?
I've heard of her. I've not run into her myself.
Yeah, you've heard of her from me, Galena. What?
Oh, that's right.
What? How? Wait. What? How? How do you know about her?
She spoke to us in a weird purple haze, and we're not completely sure. She's gone now. We don't know where. She's gone somewhere. We think she was in an orb, but now she's not. She was doing something with this village. We're not completely sure why, but she had a nice voice.
Oh. Yeah, that's what she does. Yeah. First time?
I guess.
Yeah. She's... Well, no, she's not good news. But you're alive, so I guess there's that.
Oh, okay.
Because you could not be, but you aren't not. So I guess that's good.
Okay. Griffin just sort of holds like a concerned thumbs up to everyone.
Not good news. Got it. Okay.
What? Just real quick, just for me to check. What is the list that's being prepared?
It's just a lengthy sequence of exactly what you need to do and what you need to add to the herbs to distill them down into a potency of this that would kill most people. But hey, maybe for a god, maybe it'll work.
Maybe it's just what they need.
Interesting.
Yeah.
In which case, as Atta finishes this very insightful look into the purple lady, your time feels like it's stretching out as you can hear Galena kind of mumbling and muttering to herself, writing out this list. And then you kind of hear Atta somewhat offhandedly go, "Oh wait, why is Tavarian's visor going a bit?" And suddenly, the line cuts. And you hear like a scuffling, like a scratching. And a new voice emerges. Kikfran, this is not the time that you were meant to be calling, Kikfran. Has something happened? And for four of you, it's a voice you've never heard before. But Griffin, you do recognize this voice. Is something the matter, Kikfran? Why have you got in contact?
Griffin drops the stone.
As it clatters to the ground. This is highly irregular, Kikfran. Normally you would... Is something the matter? You need to let me know. This will affect things if something has gone wrong.
The rest of you just see Griffin do this, and he puts his hands over his mouth, and he's
If there's a silence as you all kind of like shuffle around, and it then as you all sort of like stum, it dawns on you that you're surrounded by the sounds of like cheering and jostling and merrymaking from the other keepers in the great hall.
Is there like a bucket or a cloak or something nearby that we can drop over this stone?
There is a heavy cloak that you spy, Cass, and as you kind of go to grab it to throw it over the sending stone, like as you're about to, you hear, "I know the sound of eavesdroppers sounds like. I do not know who you are, but believe me, if you are to meddle in our affairs, the consequences for you will be dire. You do not know for whom you are dallying with. Do not contact us again." And the sending stone goes quiet.
Is it off?
Oh, that was fun.
Is it? Who was that?
Griffin's not even going close to it. He's standing well back.
As Abe, as you ask who was that, the four of you kind of gathered around this sending stone under a cloak. You all look up to see Griffin, who was notably backed away, hands covering mouth, and a look of shock in his eyes, like his red pupils pinpoints, and he has gone ghostly white as the colour is drained from his face. And as the four of you peer at Griffin, and Griffin, you peer at the small lump under the cloak. Let's go a quick break. So, we are going to go for break. We're going to break for a quick 10 minutes. We're going to get some teas, we're going to have some wheeze, and then we will be back to finish off episode 10. So, thank you, those of you in YouTube, for joining. Thank you, those of you in Twitch, hello, for joining. Yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes, where we will pick up where we left off. See you then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Explorers of Elsewhere Live. Hi, my name's DM Dan. I am joined by Livy, Theo, Nate, Georgia, and Tim. Hello, 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 hello.
Yum, 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 yum. Hello.
Yum, yum, yum. And hello to all of you who are watching us. Thank you for joining in. We are kicking back off with Titan Isles, the third campaign in the Elsewhere setting, where we find our 5 heroes in the keeper village of Rais-Vilnjar, situated pretty centrally on the Titan Isles, the large kind of island archipelago that dominates this area of the sea. And the 5 of you had just had a rather curious phone call of sorts, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I guess we can pick up immediately where we left off. We could potentially, yeah, we will pick up exactly where we left off with the 4, with Abe, Cooper, Cassandra, and Gardy kind of peering at a griffin who looks like his spirit has left his body. And sort of like between the 4 of you is a small lump under a heavy cloak, which belies the position of the sending stone that was gifted to Cooper by the mysterious man known as Kigfran.
I think Abe will repeat what he previously asked, but in a much sterner, who was that? Griffin.
Cooper, can I talk to you very quickly? And he's just going to try and scoop Cooper off.
No, I don't. I'm not sure if you can. Who is that?
just Abe just grabs the back of like the scruff of Griffin's
like
shirt. No, you got. Well, we ain't playing no games.
it's all right. You can tell us.
Just someone we have to not get involved with. Not like if we don't need this sending stone anymore, we can throw it. We can chuck it. We can.
It's my sending stone,
Where did you get it, Cooper?
and it's very useful. I got it from Kickfern. He's the guy I'm supposed to be doing a job for.
What has Kickfran asked you to do?
I don't know. Go to the mountain. Steal something potentially. We're still waiting on details.
I thought you were
That's
on
the whole
holiday.
reason. I was on holiday. This was waiting for
I
the
don't
job.
think we should talk to Kickfran. I don't think you should talk to Kickfran anymore.
So
Why?
we've gotten involved in this anyway, and now we have another complication on top of the world spirits. So if something is happening and you know about it, Griffin, you're going to tell us.
If we just don't get involved with Kickfran anymore, then we won't need to worry about it. He doesn't know who we are. He doesn't know we're here.
I mean, he knows who I am.
If we're going to trust you to be with us, we need to know what's happening.
I can't. I really can't. Please don't make me. Please don't make me tell you. Please don't make me tell you. If I do, we just don't have to talk. We just don't have to talk about him anymore. And he's not going to bother us if he doesn't know we're here.
I will interject and offer a rather curious kind of environmental effect. Based on Griffin's insistence, and I think I'll offer this directly to Nate. In exchange for the group, like your panic being so intense that it kind of smothers the conversation. In exchange for that, I will take 2d4 fear. harvested directly from Griffin.
Okay.
When you say harvested, does that mean like he's...
Like, the fear tokens that I will add to my kitty are the fear that's emanating from Griffin in this moment.
Okay.
So, Nate, would you like me to have 2d4 fear?
I can't tell you. Sorry, guys, I can't. I just can't. Don't make me, please.
I gain 4 fear. And Griffin's terror is so strong, it cuts the conversation short. And I think realistically, Griffin was likely going to have to vacate the scene.
Yeah. Griffin will go and just grab a beer.
Really
Go and
big one.
Really big one. And just go stand away from the group.
That leaves the 4 of you looking at each other in bewilderment at the absolute deconstruction of Griffin that you've just witnessed.
Does anyone else have any weird secrets they'd like to share?
Well, I think most of mine have been acted out now.
Sure. Look, I mentioned this before. I am waiting to go on a job, or was. I don't know if it's even the right idea anymore. Pre Sending Stone, to go to the mountain to get something. This was something that was pre-arranged a while ago. I was waiting on a yes or no. The guy's a bit dodge, but you've met me. I'm also a bit dodge. It wasn't really any different to what I've been doing for the last decade. Okay?
Yeah.
So...
I hear all that, yeah. But
yeah.
Did you not think when we're talking about, there's a load of, like, corruption in the mountain. The guards, these guys are all talking about the mountain. There's something really evil happening in the mountain. You know, do you think at any point in the last couple of days you could have maybe mentioned that you were going to have a job in the mountain?
Look, I wasn't sure if I was even going to take it, guys, okay? It was a bit... Lots of stuff has been going on. There's been, like, Look. I thought...
Just, I'm a straight up guy. You know everything about me. I've never hidden nothing.
Cooper's eyebrows great.
Abe is this bastion of confidence in a village he did not tell you about, led by his daughter he did not tell you about, overthrown by the rival he did not tell you about.
I've been nothing but straight with you. And you keeping secrets about that godforsaken mountain?
I don't know anything apart from job in mountain. I was going to tell you if it was something I was going to be asked to do. At the moment, it was a non-entity. I was waiting to hear. I promise. I mentioned it to Cass briefly that it was something I might have to do. I'm sorry that I did not tell the entire group.
I'm glad you told someone who hates you.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
Maybe next time share it.
I'm sorry, we haven't really had time to do, show and tell. Exactly. It's not like we sit around having an actual chat. We've been running to and from danger for the last however many days we've been doing this. Okay? I'm sorry, right? Sending Stone was helpful, at least.
Is there anything more that you need to tell us? You haven't got some other
all
schemes?
I know.
Right.
No!
How do you know Kikfran?
I was sent... Actually, Dan, as far as Cooper is aware, He was sent a message
Yeah.
to be like, "Hey, do you want to do a job for us? It's here. You'll meet us in Dordershall." And
The
Cooper was like, "Cool."
chronology of Cooper was you did a job with Boss Ungriner because you had a relationship with the pirates, and then as you were due to leave, you then got the message from Kigfran, await my arrival, we have a job for you. And then you were loitering around because Kigfran was delayed. First thing he did to you was apologise for being late. And that was the first time you met him, was in the Bountiful Parley.
I reiterate this to the group, like, you know, I just thought it was another job. I swear, I just thought it was another job. Whoever this person is, that obviously Griffin is terrified of, would like to punch in face for this particular reason. I don't really want to do the job. I thought maybe it would be an in to find out information, but I was going to let you know when I had more information. I'm really sorry.
Wait. I got you.
No need to shout. No need to shout.
Calm down. Just having a polite conversation here, and you coming off my face.
Cooper, like all the way down here.
It's like just like staring at your chest bone, like.
Right.
I mean, we're all a little bit tense. We've just witnessed hundreds of people dying. Gods are going wrong. We just killed an old woman for reasons that I'm not totally clear on. Let's just catch up with Griffin when we can, and we'll see how he's getting on.
Well, yeah. I mean, we gotta find out because there's so many things that I just don't want another Malgova situation. If he's talking to some bad spirits or something, I don't know, whatever it is, and he's being influenced, we need to know.
I mean, I know the guy. I don't feel like that's it. This guy, something's terrifying him.
Bro, scared people do stupid shit.
And he went into that.
Any chance, Dan, I can get a retrospective instinct to see if I got the impression that Griffin's reaction was because it's someone who is very powerful, or because it's someone that it's because of his personal relationship that he's freaking out.
Roll me an instinct check, and we'll fully load this one with hope and fear.
Amazing.
And obviously add experiences and whatnot if you feel if you can see a way to make them fit.
Don't think I can squeeze any of them in there, unfortunately. I'm just going to have to do this one bareback.
Got a raw dog it.
Oh, it's a crit.
Oh, a critical.
Oh, a critical. The way that Griffin reacted impresses upon you that Griffin not only just knew who that voice was, who that voice belonged to, but also knew of the power that voice possessed. And I will. Tell you what, if you want to ask like a third off the back of a crit, give me a third thing that you want to see if you picked up on or not.
Wondering how much I can stretch what's realistic. Would I have? Did this seem like some sort of family shit going on?
Is it his daddy?
based off the voice, off the tone, based off what was like the context, it's hard to say if like exactly what relationship there was between Griffin and the voice that you heard. Because also, I mean, obviously, you also don't know who the voice was, but it is clear that whoever this person is, like Griffin is close to them. The extent of the recoil of terror, of horror, implied that Griffin just like intimately knew who that voice belonged to. But the relationship, the nature of that relationship is, I mean, we wouldn't be able to gauge. But yeah, it is someone close to Griffin. That much is sure.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
and the panic in Griffin's voice as he said, as he was pleading with you to not pursue it. Like there is a fundamental, like a core belief fear that has just been launched to the forefront of Griffin's mind. So yes, that is what Gardy has put together. And obviously then joining the dots, begging pardon, is that whoever this person is that Griffin is close to, horrified about, and so on and so forth, also seems to be connected to this Kigfran, who Cooper is connected to. And Gardy, perhaps your experience of ancient wisdom kicks in. How many instances of circumstance can there be before you start to see something begin to emerge?
Yeah, I guess I'll reiterate that something seems off, and I'll summon Binky, my beautiful, sweet Wolpertinger boy, and I'll just tell him to go and like just find Griffin and look after him, would you?
Oh.
Okay. Your Wolpertinger kind of scoots off in search of Griffin. Is there? This is a question for Nate primarily. But is there a moment that you feel will be interesting for us to look at with Griffin on his own, or is he just sort of like cloistering away and?
He's probably gone outside to try and grab some air. He's sunk down onto the floor and he's clutching his knees. He tries to sort of get his bearings. He fumbles around in his jacket. He sort of reaches into the pocket, and just before he grabs anything out, the Wolpertinger will turn up, and he'll just jostle out of fear and sort of kind of sit there and look at it and pet it softly to try and calm himself down.
It purrs like a chainsaw.
Oh, relaxing.
Okay. In which case, I will say that it is I mean, it's not. It's like lunchtime tops at the moment because you guys left Orlashal early morning this morning. It would take about half hour to sail across and about an hour to walk up. Yeah, it's not even lunchtime. I think it's probably like 11.
Yeah.
These keepers are going boozy crazy, like
Keep it alive.
pre lunchtime. But yeah, it's Griffin. You do kind of get this impression that, like, everyone around you is merry and mirthful, and like there seem to be people kind of embracing one another, thankful that this curtain that had been cast over them by Malgolva has finally lifted. And like everything just seems so perfect here. Do you find that comforting or frustrating?
I think Griffin will find that comforting.
Okay.
He enjoys seeing people happy.
Okay. In which case, back in the Great Hall, we find the other four of you. What's Cooper doing? Having just had to fight for his life in front of
against
his
Abe.
companion.
Jesus Christ. I think he wants a drink. He wants us to process the last few days. It feels like this is the first time. I mean, even after everything that happened in Dorashal, they were like, right, quick stop. Now we're getting on a boat. You're getting on the boat. You're getting here. You're getting here. You're going to go. So it's been very very speeding across to do things. And it feels nice to have some sort of victory.
Mm-hmm.
We have helped Abe's, people, and that's nice. So he's just like, sure. So I think he's gone to find a drink and is processing how he will speak to Griffin later.
Yeah.
In
which case, as you sort of like over by the bar, it's that bitter fir tree-ish ale that Abe has been ranting and raving about. Do you agree with Abe's taste? Is it an ale, or is it not quite your? Not
Tastes
quite
like
your
trees.
I think Cooper is used to more city-based drinks, so it's an acquired taste. I think he tries it at first. He's just like, and then the more of it you have, the nicer it gets.
Sure. Okay.
I feel like that's where Cooper is with it.
In which case, what's the first thing that your mind kind of goes to as you kind of take this moment to collect yourself on your own?
I think of Dorashal. I think of the devastation that happened there.
Okay. In which case, as you perhaps it's when you close your eyes and you see the images that are burned into your minds flashing. You hear the screams. You hear the wails. You hear the sound of cracking, burning timber, of shattering rock, of pulverized bone and armor. And you hear the horns. You hear the blaring war horns. You hear the marching of footsteps. You hear the galloping of hooves on ground. You hear the barked commands urging those loyal on to victory. You hear the sounds of almighty battle, righteous war. And these are not sounds you heard in Dorlashar. And through it all, you hear a deep yet roundedly feminine voice. And for a moment, you wonder, is that Elismira's voice? And perhaps your mind starts to believe it is and makes it sound a bit more like Elismira. But it's a whisper, if anything. Broken. Find me. Complete me. And you find yourself jostled as a resident of Rais-Vilnjar accidentally bumps into. Oh, apologies, friend, he says, as he grabs a large tankard of the ale and kind of marches back off to his companions.
I think Cooper will. Yeah, I heard that little meow. I feel like Cooper. I think Cooper will will jump and be like, oh, "Sorry, mate, sorry," and he hopes. Part of him hopes it is just the stress of it, and that he's just daydreaming, and he's just daydreaming, and then part of him is like, "No, that I've never heard that before. That's weird." And I think after the conversation he had with everyone else, where he was like, "I'm not hiding anything," I think he will start to see if he can find Cass anywhere, though she may be busy. So he's not holding his breath.
Okay. Well, as you turn away from the bar and you sort of like begin to scan for Cassandra, and you think to yourself, well, "I'm not hiding anything." You are hiding. You are hiding me.
What? I think again, Cooper's just.
They do not trust you. They will betray you. They will sunder you. You are hiding. You must hide. You
Get
must.
Out of my head. What are you?
And the voice stops. Where is Cass?
Cass, I think, has probably grabbed one of the bucket-sized tankards of the keepers. She's taken a swig for good luck, and she's gone to find Abe, wherever Abe is.
Okay.
Oh,
Wherever Abe
Dutch
might
courage.
be. Well, a bit of super courage. If she can find him in the
Where do we find Abe?
He hasn't got up. He's still sitting where he originally was. I think he's just kind of there. He's like a couple of tankards in, but that doesn't really touch the sides of Abe.
doesn't seem to have bothered him in the slightest.
And he's just kind of watching his. He goes between just kind of suspiciously looking at Cooper And then looking at his daughter, who's obviously doing the rounds and talking to everyone, who just kind of keeps looking back at him and being like, "Oh, we'll chat in a minute," and Abe's just like, "Oh, okay," and just kind of drinking, waiting for.
I'm imagining like the moustaches, like you get like the frown, and then he turns to his daughter and like it lifts. Then frown.
Does it just bristle out slightly?
Yeah. Just He's a complicated man. He's got two emotions. Pride.
Three if we count asleep as an emotion.
It definitely is. Cass is gonna kind of like, she's gonna walk over. She's gonna sit down next to him, just sort of silently.
Just gonna put on some slightly happier music because
this trauma, is very
the trauma has stopped now. Yeah, let me put on the. Let's put on. Carry on. I'm just gonna just scrub it through the music.
Has Cass got a tankard with her?
She's got like 2 hands on a tankard.
She's going on to taste like trees.
I've noticed that. Yeah.
It's good. Don't get stuff like that on Dollarshall.
No, I can't imagine we'll get this anywhere else. And she just huge drink the bucket.
Enjoy it where you can.
Yeah, she puts it down. And then she just sort of says to the open air that is around Abe, "My whole family went missing. They're just gone. I don't know where they are. Haven't heard of them since the eschaton."
Right.
She just stares at the wall, the nearest wall. Yeah.
Is that good or not so good?
No, I mean, there was so many of us, and one day I woke up and I had this, and she just like little crackles of thunder, and they were gone. And I thought to myself, Cass, you know, the thing you can do, you've always been good at it, research. So if you just find a wild spirit and you talk to it, it will tell you why you can do this, and everyone else is gone. And so what did I do? I found someone who could talk to a wild spirit, and then we came here, and then everything happened.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's tough, isn't it?
And she says, she pats his arm in a way that makes very clear she is not used to. So really, helping your daughter, good job.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't a great dad. Well, I wasn't really there at all, to be fair. So, you know, she probably felt like I was missing, because I was, really. When my wife died, I didn't really care about much. And she... Yeah, I think the community looked after her, and I should have done.
Yeah, you came back.
Yeah, not really off my own steam, was it? It's only because you lot dragged me here. Could have done this for years, you know? But I'm glad. Well, of course. She's done me ever so proud. She's just like her mum. She was always stronger than me. Not physically, obviously. But, you know.
No.
better person than I ever was.
I mean, obviously I don't know you or anyone, not really even Cooper anymore, but from what I've seen the last couple of days, all you've done is protect us, and well, technically the old woman wasn't really protecting us, but we were both quite certain that she was stronger than she was. So you've been throwing yourself in front of danger for people you don't even know.
Well, you know, it's what I can do, really. But I'm glad it all happened, and you know, I just wish it wasn't under such circumstances. But I think it will come right in the end. You know, she doesn't even need me. Look at her. She just kind of points there as she's kind of going around doing her thing, talking to everyone. It's just like, you know, can't believe I made that. Can you? Look at her.
Cass tries to imagine Abe
making that.
Yeah. And then just like I feel like she's got a very organized mind, and she just kind of puts it away somewhere.
But you know, I think what it comes down to is you gotta hold on to family if you can find them. I mean, if you had anything, you heard nothing. You had no idea where yours has gone.
Maybe I'll find out here if we can get to them.
Is he close?
Yes, we were.
I'm surprised. You know, you're a pretty independent woman.
As you does Cass laugh at
I think she hesitates at this, and then she laughs. It's quite clear that she's had at least a bucket previous to this bucket.
Sure.
Yeah, so she does laugh.
Sure. In which case, yeah, Abe, as you see Cass laugh, and I'm trying to think back, how many other situations have there been over the past 48 hours where Cass has actually laughed? And
-1.
And Abe, perhaps just watching this smile kind of break across Cass's face, there's a moment where you kind of taken a breath, and as you glance over your shoulder towards your daughter, it's almost as if the sight that's laid out in front of you seems like a warmer bloom, like you're looking into a sepia-tinged impression of the past. And instead of your daughter Brynja, who's conversing with some of the other village, or some of the village elders, your head cocks for a moment and you blink, as in Brynja's place is Zulnara, your wife. And as you blink away this memory, this sense of deja vu, you see that your daughter Brynja is in fact talking to the village elders. And as you sort of like turn, perhaps look down at the ground away, Cass, you trace where Abe was looking. And as Abe looks away, you spy Brynja, his daughter, kind of glance over to where the two of you are sitting. And you witness this kind of like two ships passing in the night. And as she kind of peers over to the two of you, a few moments later, you hear Brynja approaching, saying, I'm hoping that you're not going to spend the whole day drinking. It sounds like you've got you've got a bit of a tall order ahead of you.
Well, I just haven't, yeah, I guess.
I've been speaking to some of the others. In honor of the world spirits, a procession of us are going to head up to the standing stones so we may commune with Pfizer and Burunan in a way that we have not been able to for many, many months. You are, of course, welcome to join us. And additionally, if there are any supplies that we can outfit you and your companions with, she says, gesturing to sort of like the two of you, and she can only see two others. We are more than willing to help. I regret to say that we cannot really afford much in the way of bodies. We are going to need everyone from the village to help us repair and undo what Malgorva has done to us. But if we can help in other ways, we will.
Well, I guess it'll all depend on where we're heading. He kind of looks at Cass. So I guess that's our decision, isn't it?
Shall I summon your other companions?
Well, yeah. Saves me getting up, doesn't it?
And like Brynja raises an eyebrow, and then she looks down to the green furred, like leonine beast at her side, and then she kneels down and she presses her forehead to like the bridge of the snout of Kalaru, and you see her whispering something to the beast, and the beast kind of lets out a low rumbling, and then sort of like pads off. And over the space of the next few minutes, Griffin, Cooper, and Gardy, you are all visited by this large, green-furred, tiger-like beast, who walks up to you and fundamentally like paws at you to kind of get your attention, and does that thing that cats do, where they kind of turn around and wander off, and then look over their shoulder to see if you're following. And before long, do any of the three of you reject Kalaru's invitation to join the others, or do we all find you back around the center of the Great Hall?
I return for sure.
Yeah, Gardy?
Looking a little bit
Yeah,
spooked, but I'm back.
Okay. And Griffin?
Yeah, Griffin will be the last one to return, and he's holding Binky.
Sure. In which case, as the five of you reconvene, Brynja broaches the subject. It would seem that you are tasked with an impossible task: to free the world spirits of whatever afflicts them. From what I understand from your machinations, Gardy, the Pfizer and Burunan have returned to their dens. And Father, I'm sure you will know, but for everyone else's information, if they have been sent back, then they will likely be, she says, and as we zoom out of the kind of world map, so you are currently rather central on the island in Rais-Vilnjar. Pfizer lairs to the northwest in her caverns, and Burunan lairs in the floating pools to the northeast. Where would you like to go first?
Abe just kind of looks at the group. Hot or cold?
Gardy, you probably have more experience than any of us with these world spirits. Any suggestions?
Experience is about 5 seconds of well, it wasn't exactly a chat. Do we have any idea which one Exo's more likely to go for first?
Which was the closest?
Yeah, where did Exo's ship go, Dan, when I was having it followed?
What caused Binky to come back? Did he successful? Because I remember he found that the ship was sailing back towards the island.
I think he saw where it docked, but I can't remember where he said that was.
Yes. Where would he have docked? The ship was moored. The ship was moored relatively close to where the 5 of you, or 6 of you, including Coraline, made landfall as well. So perhaps kind of like a little bit further along the coast. So arguably, somewhat infuriatingly perhaps, he would have gone inland, much like you being quite central on the island, so he could realistically have gone to either.
Cool. I suppose I'm more familiar with open terrain and plains and mesas. We could try heading towards the ice, but either way, I think it's a coin toss.
I'm game if you are.
Ice it is.
Griffin, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you guys.
Brynja nods. I have spoken to some of the scouts who have recently returned. They have noticed that, much like the island was afflicted with that storm over the past few weeks, there already seem to be strange weather phenomena happening seemingly over the lairs of Pfizer and Burunan. Snow has been reported to be falling on the mountain peaks that shield Pfizer's lair, and snow has not fallen on this island for, well, since before we were cast here by the eschaton. I fear that Pfizer and Burunan's awakened presences are affecting the ecosystems of the Isles. So I would suggest making preparations for a rather cold journey. We can, of course, provide you with warm clothes and supplies, anything that you need, but this will not be an easy trek.
Do you have any pack llamas?
I cannot say we do. We have other beasts, however. If you want, we can afford you 3 beasts. Father here is likely going to be enough weight for one of them, but for the other 4 of you, no, there's 6 of you. We can afford you 3 beasts, and you will have to ride in pairs. But given that you have gotten to know my father, I'm sure you will get on with these beasts just as well. And are there any other questions? Because if not, we can smash cut to said beasts.
Could we have some marble weapons or armor? Maybe not.
Brynja nods. We certainly have spare armaments and armor. She looks to the 5 of you, and fundamentally, the choice is: would you like to upgrade your weapon or your armor to tier 3?
I don't wear armor.
Cass, unfortunately, they don't have a tier 3 alimony. They don't have a gun.
Like she would ever get rid of alimony anyway.
Although, actually thinking about it, if you wanted to, you've clearly seen that there are smiths that work this marble, given that people are wearing armors and have fashioned it into weapons. So you wonder if perhaps alimony is upgradable in such a way. You've noted that now, since the departure of the lady in purple, the marble is almost becoming, inverted commas, inert, to the point where you feel like it's almost anti-magic. Like it's almost like it contains magic. So perhaps lining the barrel of alimony will help to focus the mana that runs along the inside it, because there's no accidental kind of mana dispersion of the shot before it emerges from the barrel. So actually, yes, if you wanted to upgrade alimony to effectively a tier 3, we can do that.
Thank you. Can't get rid of it.
So Abe, are you going upgraded weapon or upgraded armor?
Weapon.
Shield, realistically.
Shield? Oh yeah, what for armor? Or no, I want to do more damage with my axe.
Okay. So Abe is going for an axe. So an upgraded axe. Very good. What about Cooper?
Oh, that's tricky, because part of me is like, armor, let's go. But I don't know how much more armor I would get. So I think it depends on how many more armor slots would be up for grabs.
Quite a lot.
Okay, let's go armor. Let's go armor. Let's go.
Well, I don't think it is. Well, it ups your threshold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you squishies.
Yeah, let's do armor then.
Okay, so
you're getting my marble, baby.
Okay, so Cooper is upgrading his armor. And Griffin, what's he upgrading?
I think
marble accordion, baby.
It's going to have a wonderful sound. I think I'm also going to upgrade my armor as well then.
Okay, so Griffin, armor, and Cass. Are we going alimony?
Yes.
Okay, marvelous. So Cass going for the gun. And finally, Gardy.
Oh, my lovely armor, please.
Armor. Okay. In which case, we will... we'll update those ready for next week. Might even treat you to new character models if you're lucky.
Oh, baby.
Is there anything else you're wanting to ask for? Because I'm imagining that maybe the residents of Rais-Vilnjar will have consumables if you want them. Now that we have a beautifully working Daggerheart system, I can just throw items out willy-nilly.
Amazing.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would also, I think, ask for whether they're, given that we're asking about potions anyway, ask whether they have any stocks of drake flower.
Sure. In which case, if we are asking for like alchemical consumables and the like potions, alchemy bits and bobs, Brynja nods. I'm sure we can accommodate for that. But I will. Well, Father, the herbalist of the village is still who it was when you were last here. It is our herbalist is still Dotty and Abe. Well, for four of you, you recognise that name. It was mentioned earlier today. But Abe, you kind of close your eyes because you know exactly who Dotty is. Dotty is Exo's mother. But when you left 18 months ago, she wasn't in the best of states. She'd been declining ever since her child left, and the eschaton kind of really hammered a sense of, I've lost my son. I'll never get him back. Perhaps it would be good for you to speak to Dotty, Father, so let her know that you're well. Perhaps not to tell her what you're planning on doing.
Yeah,
But it would be good for her to see a familiar face.
No, absolutely. I'll check in on her.
In which case, is anyone else joining Abe as he goes to meet Dotty?
I think I would, yeah.
Because God hasn't got a choice. Abe's like, oh, go on.
Sure.
Herb boy.
Before Gardy wanders off, Griffin's going to just hand you back Binky and just kind of go, thank you. It was just what I needed.
I'll just give you a little nod and get going.
Okay. In which case, you head to a small by comparison hut towards the edge of the village. By comparison, the hut is quite, I guess the word is debilitated. It's a bit overgrown. It's not very well tended to. And Gardy, as you appear upon this hut kind of carved into the side of, or built out the side of a trunk of a tree, you can see all sorts of like flora that you aren't expecting to be kind of clustered together, growing up the sides of this thing, to the point where you wonder if this is the house of the herbalist. Is she quite literally growing the herb reagents out of her house? It certainly seems that way. And then as you watch as Abe enters, and sat on a small little rocking chair in front of a fireplace that is not lit, just kind of gently swaying backwards and forwards, is this little by comparison, little keeper woman. And she rocks backwards and forwards, and she wears a curious mishmash of clothing. There appears to be some sort of like mottled skin skirt that she wears. She has a basket of flowers like resting on her lap, that she's sort of like gently kind of preening as she rocks backwards and forwards. And Gardy, you notice as she turns to see who's entered, she's just got this pleasant little smile on her face, but her eyes, like keeper eyes, are normally kind of gem-like anyway, but hers almost seem to be glowing green. And who's that? She says as you enter. Abe.
Right, Dot. It's me, Abe. Abelrick.
Abelrick, come closer, dear. Come close. My eyes aren't like they used to be. Come closer.
As sort of delicately as he can, he just kind of gets down and sort of kneels next to her chair.
Oh, there you are, she says as she kind of squints ever so gently. You haven't aged a day, young man.
Oh, you're always a charmer.
How have you been? It feels like it's been a while.
Oh, you're a good while. But I'm back now. How have you been? You alright?
I've
Hand on a knee.
I've been good. I've been keeping busy. You know how it is. They're keeping me feeling young. I haven't seen Exo in a while. Was he? He said that he was down by the river with you the other day. Have you seen him recently?
Oh no! I mean, I've only come passing, so I haven't seen him.
Oh,
He looks at Gardy like, no.
Gardy's just desperately avoiding eye contact.
He'll be home for dinner. I'm sure he always loves the stews. Oh, hello, she says, looking at you,
This
Gardy.
is my friend. Come in, Gardy. Come on.
Hello.
Oh, you look like you could do with some stew, or we need to get some meat on those keeper bones of yours.
Oh no, he's not a keeper. He's majority. He's not a keeper. He's
And
come
Dot-
to visit.
Dot just kind of looks at you, Abe, and there's a slightly vacant smile on her face.
Some stew would be lovely. But we're in a bit of a rush, I'm afraid.
Oh, but how can I help you?
Do you happen to have any drake flower around these parts?
Oh,
Maybe a dragon's tears?
we used to, but it's been a while since. Well, Exo said he was going out to fetch some for me last. It's a bit too far for me to go get them on the other side of the island. But Exo should be home soon. He's usually home for dinner. He loves his stew. I might have other things if you want to. I've been brewing quite a lot lately.
Or anything that's good for healing, and I don't know, Gardy, you're better than this than me.
We're going somewhere quite chilly. Do you have anything that can help keep us warm at all?
Dot kind of nods as emphatically as her kind of old bones will let her. And oh, yes, I've got something just for that. It can get quite chilly up in these mountains, can't it? I always wonder why we made our homes up in mountains rather than somewhere warm. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? And we've got something that will warm your cockles. Yes. All of what I've been brewing, and she points a slightly gnarled finger, they're all over on my workbench over there. And God, as you turn to look, you see a herbalism alchemy table set up, and there are some potions that are made and stored in racks, but you notice that the pestle and mortar, the vials, the sieves, there's a lot of heavy dust lying on them. There are cobwebs hanging between them, and it's quite clear that Dot hasn't been making potions for a while. And perhaps the potions that are on her table are older, but you suspect homegrown, so they're still going to be pretty potent. But it's just one more piece of a puzzle that colours Dotty. By all means, Abelrick's always been good to me, so help yourself to whatever you need. I've labelled them. You wouldn't want to mix up your bonding honey and your dragon bloom tea now, would you? No.
You certainly wouldn't. We'll make sure to bring you back some drake flower as well.
Thank you. Oh, Abelrick, if she starts patting your hand, if you see Exo, tell him that dinner will be ready, the stew will be ready. Yes, he loves the stew.
I will. Don't you worry, my dear. If I see him, I'll make sure he's home for dinner.
And Dotty kind of nods, and she sort of turns her head away and begins kind of rocking and preening the flowers in her basket. And you kind of get the impression that perhaps these flowers look freshly picked. So perhaps the keepers are just the other villagers of Rais-Vilnjar are just kind of giving her these flowers to kind of keep her occupied. And as she begins tending to them, and then she stops and Abelrick, you're a sight for sore eyes. Oh, it's been a while. How are you doing, dear?
Oh yeah, I'm doing great, my love. We gotta go down, and I gotta help go chop some wood, so I'll be back shortly. That's all right, my love. And he just kind of gets a blanket and just kind of pats her in. Don't you worry now.
And she sort of looks to you with these slightly glowing eyes, and she kind of smiles and nods. And at that point, her attention returns to the basket, and she carries on rocking and preening.
Kind of scoops himself up and gets himself right, Guardy. You get what you need out of that. I don't know what the herbs are. You get what you want.
I just take a couple of minutes to do a little sort of superficial clean up and organize of the workbench.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up a couple of whatever seems helpful.
Tell you what, roll me a d6 and don't roll a 1.
Ooh.
Let's turn off.
Does my herbalism experience help in any manner?
Oh, you know what? Yeah. I'll let you re-roll it.
Sick. Thanks. Here's one of them. It's a 6.
Cool. There will be 6 potions that you're able to acquire from that you look and go, oh, this will be useful, this will be useful, this will be useful. So separately we'll go through the list and kind of pick these out. and then I'll add those to everyone's character sheets.
Fabulous.
In which case, yeah, Guardy, with your kind of supplies in tow, Abe, perhaps with one final kind of glance over your shoulder towards Dotty, as she's sort of like just blissfully unaware, just kind of rocking in a chair in front of her unlit fireplace. You duck out into the village air, and we will fast forward ever so slightly as the five of you are descending away from the standing stones, leaving behind the citizen, the villagers of Rais-Vilnjar as they kind of as they wrap up their ceremony at the standing stones, and as the five of you descend into the forested valley, where, you know, about approximately a day ago, you witnessed the two titans dueling it out, kind of dwarfing you. And as you begin your journey towards the northwestern corner of the island, towards Pfizer's lair, we will call it there.
What flavours are animals?
Community thing?
Well,
ooh, maybe the draw thing.
You know what? Yeah, I have got something planned, but community sounds much more fun. So, for anyone who's still watching or is watching after the fact, you have until next Monday, the 18th. Ideally before Monday, so we can then create
so we can get into the Hero Forge.
So we can actually make them. Design. I would love to hear, read descriptions of, or even have art which you can absolutely post over in our Discord if you want to join. The large beasts of burden that are carrying our five adventurers plus Coraline Balroon, their battle mage ally. Yeah, I would absolutely love to see what the viewers come up with, and then I'll see about. Well, I'll recreate that as best as I can to drop in.
Hope
Wonderful.
they're all Vinnies.
Yes,
They're all mountain chihuahuas. Yay!
So we have reached the end of episode 10. Congratulations. You did it.
Yay!
The system didn't break. That was good.
Yay!
But yeah, excited to see where we go from here. So, with all that said, tell you what, wait, hold, turn down the music. Can I do the whole outro in a minute? Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Wait for it to start.
Started for me.
Oh, is it?
Go, Dan, go! It started.
Wait. It's not for the internet. So yes, we definitely did some. Oh, bloody hell! Just start, damn it. Good God, this is the worst outro. This is okay. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, join the Discord, links are in the description, and by all means, please get involved with the community challenge to create the beasts that our adventurers will be riding into the next episode. If you want to see more like this is the third campaign of the series, so you should absolutely catch Year 1, which is a D&D game, and Elysia Rising, which is a Blaze in the Dark game. And if you do watch Campaign 2, you may hear some familiar voices from this episode in that episode. In Campaign 1 as well, familiar voices all the way from Campaign 1.
And also from earlier today.
And earlier today, yes. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. And we will see you in the next episode. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
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 Bye.